Hey, what's going on? You and I are here today, guys, to talk about a very, very cool thing. Let's talk about this. How to rank to legend very easily with no one other than, the support character that is Angela. Very, very strong right here. You can see I run the support emblem set. I run it with the increased damage dealt to enemy heroes when you do damage to them. You can also run it with the custom mage emblem. If you do not have the support, you could run it with the magical one, or you could even run it with the tank one. I think the support one is the best, and my reasoning for that is because of the hybrid regeneration for your HP and your mana. And you can go back to the beginning of the game to see the build I use, but the most important thing in that, it's two things. One, first of all, you want the wizard boots so you get assists, because you're going to be getting a lot of assists, and those assists add up, and that gives you money to buy other items. And those items that you get want to have cooldown reduction. Cooldown reduction is huge off Angela. Angela's ultimate, put on the right hero at the right time, you can 1v5, or it's technically a 2v5, but it's ridiculous. So I'm going to showcase this game, show you guys how you can easily get to legend with Angela. Now, things to get to mythic get a little bit more complicated, and a little backstory in case you are wondering. I have decided not to rank to mythic this season for a couple different reasons, but mainly because the meta is very, very stale, and the same heroes are played every single time, and I find it very, very boring, and I don't really care to get to legend. I don't want to play the same characters. I like playing all characters, so that's my background. But getting to legend, I think, is very important, because that rank enables you to get the max level rewards for the season. So if some of you guys are struggling with that, check out this video, see how to get there. Buy Angela, and yeah. So first thing you're going to get is boots, and you're going to pick up your first ability. You're going to pick up your first ability as soon as you get into the game, because it starts stacking. You want to get it stacked to 5, and you do not really want to use those. You can see I'm showing the abilities right here, and target takes an extra 20% damage per your first ability that lands on them, right? And it reduces their movement speed by 10%. Also heals your allies. You want to use it as a way of slowing down the enemy team and adding damage that your teammates can do to them. So when I stack it past 4 or up to 4, I'll use it to clear jungle minions and stuff like that. And so you can see her passive, every time she uses a skill, her movement speed increases by 15% for 4 seconds. So Angela is very fast. I run Flicker with her. Also have run Aegis before. And Aegis can be also very good with her if you are fast and good at staying away from enemy heroes. You can tower dive, and you can save your your teammates' lives with it really, really well. But for this sake, I'm running Flicker. Flicker is much easier to use. You should use Flicker. So you can see right here, I drop it. You see the signal above them. That means that my teammate's doing an extra 4% damage, or excuse me, 6% damage to them. And then also, I'm slowing them down. And Xylong is the perfect combo with me. Like, look at all the kills I'm getting here. So he's just flipping them back. I'm slowing them down. Your second ability, by the way, you cast it, and you want to have full stacks on your first ability, because your second ability deals more damage at the end of its duration, depending on how many times your first ability hits the enemy. So if you hit them 4 times with it, it's going to deal a ton of damage as well as slowing them. So you can see I picked up 3 kills here. Really, really easy with Xylong. Just checking to make sure I'm recording there. And yeah, like, we're so far ahead in this game right now. Angela is super strong in the early game. One thing I want to talk about, I get boots first. I get the wizard boots first because I want the assists. You can go in early game with her for sure. Super, super strong with her first ability, as long as you let it stack to 5, as you can see right here. So you can use it on the enemy team repeatedly. Slows them down, increases the damage that your hero does to them with both the support emblem set, as well as just your passive and the ability itself. So going up against Yi Sun Shin and Martis here, using my ultimate to go up top to get onto Lancelot and do, this is what you want to do. As soon as you get the ultimate, use it, provide the advantage to someone, start stacking assists on your character. That's going to get you extra money, and you can easily tower dive since Angela increases the movement speed when you get a chance. You can see here, I'm going to stun this guy. He's dead. See how much damage he's taking? Like, people didn't even realize how much damage. And once again, you don't want to be taking the kills. But obviously, take the kill as opposed to letting the enemy teammate get away. But your goal, honestly, is to get your teammates fed, not you fed. Because in the mid and the end game, if you're fed as Angela and your teammates aren't, honestly, you have a high chance of losing. Because it doesn't do you any good for you to be fed. You want to be... you don't want to be feeding, but it's fine for you to be behind because you're a support character, right? You don't deal enough damage to carry. So right now, I have so much. If I was Lancelot right now, we would be in a winning position of the game. I could run around the map and just murder anyone one-on-one. But since I'm Angela, I don't do enough burst damage to do that. So you want to let your teammates get the kills, but once again, it's better to get the kill than no kill at all, even if the support character takes it. So... sticking with the teammates, very important. Honestly, the most important thing in Mobile Legends is teamwork, and the reason why most teams lose is because there is a breakdown of teamwork. Dropping the cooldown, or excuse me, not the cooldown, the ultimate here on Xylong, the best use of your ultimate is on a charger. Martis, I find, is the best combo. Xylong, also really good. You see the speed, the movement speed you get, the CC that you can provide in combination with the charger CC is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you see we're ridiculously far ahead in this game because of my ability in the early game to shut down the enemy team, slow them down. Xylong also, credit to this guy, very, very well played on his part. His engagements are very smart. And look, we're even going to tower dive here and pick up this Franco. He's playing a good job of going roundabout, but there we go. The Xylong is going to pick up the kill. So, let's talk about, just real quick, the Emblem set. Once again, I'm running support. I think that I'm running movement speed. I have an extra 8% movement speed with Angela in total. I think that's really, really good, getting the boots first, as well as your passive increases your movement speed by 15% upon using skills. You're really fast. That keeps you away from the enemy team, because what shuts Angela down, the way to counter her, is for you just to attack her outright by herself. After the very beginning of the game. In the very beginning of the game, she will beat you because of her first two abilities. But once you get a couple items, she doesn't do any damage. She gets slowed upon you attacking her. As all heroes do, she cannot get away and you can kill her. That's how you shut her down. So I run movement speed so that I can run away from the enemy heroes. I think it's a great strategy. But it's not necessary in order to win. And you can see right here, another thing that I do is I use my first ability to make sure that I heal my teammates in case they're out of range of someone else, so that I can get the assists, stacking up assists. 6 assists so far in the game means I have, an extra 24, 240 gold. Is that right? No, 320 gold, 80 times 6. Which is really good. And to get to legend with this build, guys, I straight up played this for like 20 games straight, and I got MVP like 20 games straight. I remember going back and looking at it, and I just climbed straight to legend. To get to Mythic's a little bit different. People know how to counter Angela, people ban Angela, and then also, honestly, it's just a boring meta for me that I don't want to play at this time. But you could grind Angela all the way there. The problem is that you need someone who can play good along with you, like this Xylong, right? So the Xylong playing good on my team, not the enemy team here, as well as me playing good, made this game basically impossible to lose, right? So you got two people carrying in combination, teamwork, it's great. You can't lose. So let's talk about the gear. What do you want to get? So cooldown reduction, like I was saying, most important thing. Wizard boots, also the most important thing. Besides that, your build really honestly can vary. I've seen a lot of people run Durance Necklace. Tech into a Durance Necklace if they have someone like Alucard, Alice, or you see that they're running a lot of Lifesteal or Sustain items. Even in this game, Well, we have Uranus on our team. If there was a enemy Uranus, you know, get the Necklace of Durance to stop the enemy from healing so much. Like, that's a great item. And it against a team that has a lot of physical damage, right? Or their physical damage dealer is fed, get the Endurance Ice. That is a great item as well. Going in on Lancelot here, you can see it's just a great idea. Unfortunately, he should have gone in there, done a little bit of damage, and then got out. But it doesn't really matter at this point of the game. What other items are really, really good on Angela? Let's see. So obviously, okay, so first thing you want to get is the Wizard Boots, and the second thing you want to get is the Enchanted Talisman. That gives you 20% cooldown as well as mana back. Those are mandatory, right? After that, it's kind of what you want. The Ice Queen Wand, which is the magic item that adds additional 7% movement speed and a 15% slow to the enemy team upon skills hitting, stacking twice. That is also a very, very good item. Looks like Xylong is a little bit upset right here. Not sure what for, can't remember. Yeah, so let's see, what else is there? Oh, I forget what it is. There is that defensive item that increases the damage dealt by your teammates, as well as reduces the damage taken from them. That is a very, very good item to get on Angela as well. I recommend that in almost every single game. Almost every single game. Yeah, let's see what else. You can get the mask. I believe I was playing this game at work or whatever, so I had to take a little break here when you know, someone came over to my desk. But shh, no one say that to anyone. Yeah. Let's see what else. In the very end game, you could get an Immortal. Immortal's good, but I find that I don't end up actually needing it all that much, because if you die with the Immortal in the end game, usually the enemy team is just sitting on top of you anyways. It's good if you're a carry and you can sustain back up, but you're Angela, you can't really. So a good item I have found is the Burning Wand, or whatever it is. It's the magic item that adds a percentage of burn damage depending on the enemy's health to them, as well as magic penetration and movement speed for you. Those, you know, movement speed, what I talked about, is really, really good, and then a little bit of burn damage is really good with your first ability. Xylong going a little bit ham there, but it doesn't really matter. You can see I'm just kind of like moving around very fast, not even working too hard in this game, and Angela's really, really easy to play. Another tip that I would have, let's see, if we're complete with talking about the gear setup, are there any other items that we could talk about? The Lightning Truncheon can be decent to do a little bit extra damage. If you're lacking magic damage on your team, that's good as well. Provides a little bit of mana regen. But with the support emblem, you don't really struggle for mana regen in the end game. Courage Bulwark's what it's called. The item that you should get to add the increase the damage and decrease the damage taken from your teammates. So, let's see, what else do I want to talk about here? Give you guys some tips on. To put on your chat bar, I would add the two things where ult is available and ult is not available to let your teammates know. And turning the chat off is actually very helpful. People will get mad at you for not using your ultimate on them. Don't worry about that, guys. Don't pay attention to that. Be specific, be smart. Pick someone on your team who's very good at playing. Like this game, for example, I would pick Xylong. I would not pick Lancelot to use my ult on. Do not use your ultimate to save an enemy teammate unless you're absolutely certain that you can save them with it, because it's a long cooldown and you're going to waste it. And then a lot of times you die as well as a result of you trying to save your teammate. You can use it as an escape as well, although it doesn't work that well. Just don't get caught. That's why you run Flicker. Don't think I even ran Flicker once this game. So, Legendary Angela game there, guys. Use Angela to get to Legend rank. A lot of people don't know how to counter her. It's really, really fun. You can do a lot of damage. You can really destroy people and rank up fast. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know in the comments if you want me to do reviews of other characters or other stuff. And I will see you guys later. Peace.